Hi guys, it's Kahlen Barry. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you know who I am, welcome back to my channel. Make sure to subscribe and tap that bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. I upload astrology videos every single Thursday or on Friday if I flop. And to be honest, I flop quite a lot. I'm sorry, I'm a fucking Gemini, what can I say? Also, I have a playlist in the description that you can catch up on all my astrology videos, get all the teases. So as you can see by the title, today I'm going to talk about how each zodiac sign flirts. For this video, I definitely think that you should consider your Venus as well as the person that you're investigating. That's why you're watching this. Come on, let's be real. Definitely look at their Venus as well in this video. If you can find out that information. Try to do it slickly. I don't know how you're gonna do it. You know, it's a little bit weird to ask somebody what their birthday, the time of birthday is, the city they were born in, but you know, y'all can do it. I believe in you. So as always, we're gonna start off with Aries. Aries are super blunt. When they flirt, they're very direct. Like they know they like you and they want you to know that they like you. They don't really think things through all the way. Like it doesn't really matter to them and they don't really have time to get embarrassed, if that makes sense. They might get embarrassed after the fact, after they've already made the move, but to them, they just live in the moment. So it's like they like somebody, it's just like, girl, you looking fine tonight. Like for real. Very direct at what they want. Aries people know what they want and they get what they want. So if you're the person they want, you will know. They're the type of person that they could be inside the club and the person that everyone is drooling over is just chilling by themselves and everybody in the club is too scared and the Aries is the one that's like, watch bitch, I'm about to make this person my mans tonight. And they go up to the person and next thing you know, they're together. So now on to Taurus. Taurus people are very shy in the beginning, like especially when they have a crush on somebody. They're not the type of person who's gonna be like Aries and jump right in front of you and be like, I like you girl, date me. Like no, it's just not about to happen like that. For them, they're very careful about how they do it, if that makes sense. They do not like being the first person to make the move. Like if somebody else is kind of showing interest in them or flirting, then they might subtly add something in there, you know what I mean, to like get the conversation rolling and to create more sparks that become flames. But if you're looking for concrete evidence that they are flirting with you, it might be a little bit harder because they purposely try to make it that way so they can't get embarrassed. They're like, girl, if they don't like me, I'm not getting rejected, bitch. I'm gonna make it look like it was a joke. But what I will say is that it is near impossible for Taurus people to contain their facial expressions or their emotions, even when they think they can. Like they might be calm and relaxed, but their face says it all. So if there is a Taurus person that you like and you want to test the waters, maybe you should flirt with them. And what their face says will say it all. If they look disgusted, girl, I'm sorry. Their eyes are not on you. But if they look a little bit shy or they're like, or like look a little bit like happy that you're like making this type of conversation with them, then it's like, keep going. Eventually, they're going to charge as well because they are the bulls, you have to keep in mind. They need like a little bit of, I don't want to say instigating, that sounds fucked, but like just in general, Taurus people need you to kind of like poke at them a little bit before they like charge out. So if you're like trying to get with them, you know, maybe you should make, you know, some of the first moves. Unless they really want your ass, then, you know, they're gonna try. They're gonna give you breadcrumbs though in the beginning. So they just don't want to be rejected. They really don't. They don't like being put in a corner. Remember, they are Taurus bulls. So you have to kind of slowly nudge them, you know what I'm saying? And eventually they'll like come this way and meet you in the middle possibly. But yeah, as far as how they flirt, it's very intentional and kind of strategic in a way. Like they're gonna do it in a way where they're still protected, but also because they are an earth sign, Taurus people are kind of like action based as well. So even if they don't necessarily say anything or communicate to you that they're interested in you and aren't flirting with you in that way, if they're buying you gifts and things like that, you should take that as a hint, sis. So now on to Gemini. Geminis are really good at flirting with their words. This shouldn't come as a surprise as they are ruled by Mercury, so they know exactly what to say to you to get you hot and bothered. They know exactly what you desire. They know how to meet you in the middle with their words. Like whatever it is that you're craving in a relationship, they're so adaptable and they're good at like making you feel heard, if that makes sense. And so that's kind of how they flirt. Like if they're out here asking you tons of questions about yourself, wanting to get to know you more, that is definitely a sign as well, because Geminis, they love stimulation and things that they're interested in. And if they're interested in you, they constantly ask you questions and you're going on for hours talking about you and they're getting to know you. Take the hint, they like you and they are definitely flirting with you. Because if they are bored, trust me, you will know. You will not hear from them. Geminis only surround themselves with people who keep them engaged. They get bored very quickly, as we know. So if you're able to keep them invested in you, Also, something else that I want to point out that some people don't pick up about Geminis because people take it the wrong way. Geminis are very, very like sarcastic, and sometimes like they'll say something that can be taken totally the wrong way, and they do not mean it that way. But when they're comfortable with somebody, they have that kind of sense of humor. So if they're constantly teasing you, that is also them flirting. If they don't like your ass, you'll know, because they'll drag your ass. They won't tease you, they'll drag you to filth. So now on to Cancers. So Cancers are definitely very, very, very guarded, and that's something that makes it kind of hard in the beginning when you are, you know, trying to develop a relationship with them in that way, especially romantically. Like, they're so protective of themselves. After all, they're crabs, they got that shell. So their flirting is definitely more subtle, and it's not necessarily like Aries direct in your face, like gonna tell you they want you. I wish we all had that in us. Wouldn't that make life a lot easier? But no, they're kind of like Taurus in the way that you kind of do have to make the first steps, and then over time they will start opening up more about themselves. And that should be a sign that they're interested in you and that they're kind of flirting with you too, is when they start letting their guard down more around you, when you start seeing them more affectionate side. Like, they'll probably buy you gifts. Like, that's another thing. They're very generous, so they might like buy you something that's very thoughtful. You might have had a conversation about something and not even remember it, but they will buy you a gift based on that conversation you had. Like, for instance, let's say there was a certain movie that you really, really loved as a child. Like, they'll go buy you the DVD and give it to you, and you'll be like, what the hell? I did not remember when we talked about this. But they notice things about you. When they like somebody, they care a lot, and so they take note and pay attention to things that you tell them that you don't even remember necessarily. But Cancers are actually really, really crafty as well, so they might not even go buy you a gift. They might actually make you something. If there's Cancers out there that are good at drawing, they might make you a drawing. They might write your ass a song. I know my ass definitely will with my Mercury Cancer. Like, they'll give you a little piece of their heart, but in a very subtle way. Like, the little things really mean a lot to Cancers, and so they'll do just little things for you here and there. And if they're constantly doing that, that is a sign that they are interested in you and they're flirting with you, and you better read the damn message. So now on to Leo. If a Leo is flirting with you, it is going to be very, very clear, because Leos, like Aries, they take charge. They are the lions, as you know, so they are the leaders. They are fearless as fuck. They're courageous like the lion. So they're gonna take that risk, take that jump. They're gonna let you know that they like you. They're gonna constantly gas you up, constantly hype you up. But the thing is, they expect you to do it to them too. So if a Leo person is just saying all this nice stuff about you, they definitely like you, but you need to say nice things about them as well, because they like attention. They like to be complimented too. If they feel like it's one-sided, then they're going to dip. The thing about Leos is, once they know that they are admired or sought after, and that there's a mutual desire for one another, they are going to take charge and take lead, and y'all relationship is just gonna begin. But they do not like waiting around for people to reciprocate that same energy or those same feelings. If they ever feel like they like somebody more than the other person likes them, they will leave just like that, because they want y'all to always be on the same wavelength. And obviously that's not always possible, but especially when you're in the flirting phase, if they're doing all the flirting, they're gonna get bored and they're gonna move on, because they're gonna feel like, damn, this person ain't even trying to flirt with me back. They must not be feeling me. That's good. I'm gonna go find somebody else. It's that loyalty thing that we always talk about with Leos. Also, Leo people don't like competing. So if you think you're gonna make a Leo person jealous by trying to make it seem like you have all these other people interested in you, they're just gonna go. That's not gonna make them more interested in you. That's gonna make them like, okay girl, bye. Because it already shows that you're not like all for them the way that they're all for you. You got other options, and for them, once they want somebody, they want that one person. Now trust and believe, they got their options too, but once they find somebody that they want, everyone else disappears. And if you don't have that same thing going, it's not gonna work. So now on to Virgos. Virgos are very, very careful, especially in the beginning when it comes to flirting, to not say the wrong thing. Like, they're really, really afraid of fucking up. It's that perfectionist in them, and they kind of really are hard on themselves, so they beat themselves up. So especially when it comes to flirting, they're gonna be very, very particular about how they do it. And if it's not, then all of a sudden they panic and freak out, and like, you might even see that with them if they're like really nervous around you, or like they're stumbling across their words. Like, that's kind of flirting too. Like, if they try to talk to you and it's like they're constantly like putting their foot in their mouth, kind of, they're trying to talk and it's just not coming out right, and they're just like very, very like flustered and they're red in the cheeks, they definitely like you. Like, that that is just a sign if they can't even get it together. But I definitely think that they're better at flirting through text than in person, because when you're in person, it's like, oh, like I could fuck this up. With text, you can think about it more. You know what I mean? Like you can go over it like 5 times before you send the text, but with like talking, it's like, if you put them in the corner, they will melt. Also, they definitely will compliment you, especially through text. Like they'll be like, you're cute. Or like they'll like point out a feature in you that they think is beautiful, and like they'll say it. Like they'll actually straight up say it too. So now on to Libra. So Libras are definitely similar to Gemini in the way that they have that kind of mean sense of humor. I don't want to say mean because that just sounds wrong. They're not mean, but it's like crude. There you go. Like they might tease you the same way that Geminis do, and they do that often. A lot of times, like you would think a Libra person hates you, but really that means that they're obsessed with you. If you're just like a shy person, they'll be like, you're really quiet, you're shy. If you like bite your nails a lot, they'll be like, you bite your nails a lot. And it seems rude, like they're pointing out things about you and trying to make you feel embarrassed about them. But really that's them flirting with you because they think that what you're doing is cute. But sometimes their flirting does not land very well. I will say that. And Libras, you know. You try and you're like, damn, this did not go the way I wanted it to go. The person doesn't talk to you for like 5 days and you're like, damn, did I like piss them off? Shit, I thought I was being nice. And it's the same thing with Gemini, like, damn, sometimes that does not come out the way that I thought it did. And then you gotta do damage control and then call them up and make things right, because y'all can't have imbalance. You have to have a harmony and peace. So like if somebody's upset at you, especially if they like you, your world is gonna shatter. You're gonna be like, fuck, I gotta make this right now. So now on to Scorpio. So Scorpios are very, very cunning and slick motherfuckers. Like I keep saying it. It's just like they're smooth. They're very smooth, and it's very obvious when they are flirting with you. They will make you feel very intimidated. When they are flirting with you, it is just in your face, and it's kind of like this tension that goes on where you're like, what is happening? Like they will woo you over and they'll like suck you in. So if you're ever talking to a Scorpio person and you feel that way, they like you. They're flirting with you. Because Scorpios, when they don't fuck with you, if they have no interest in you, they are a wall. It is like this. You can't get on the other side. So if they're literally opening the doors, opening the gates, trying to suck you in, and you feel like you're being entranced and you feel like you're being seduced, they're flirting with you. It's not just you imagining the shit in your mind. So if you feel like they like you, or even have an ounce in your being that feels like they're into you, they are. And they're inviting you into their shell, and they don't let anyone into that. So that's the thing. And I think that's what's so captivating about them too when they flirt, because it's like, you know that they're like hard. Some people have that thing going though, where they're very into people who are very hard on the outside but very soft on the inside, like the bad boys that are like mushy in the inside. That's how the Scorpios are. And when you're around them, if you feel like a very intense amount of affection, they're flirting with you. They just know how to get their point across. In very few words, they will give you a certain look that's like, they're into you, and they will basically suck you in. Like, that's all I'm saying. So now on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is adventurous, fun, they're here to have a good time. But also Sagittarius people have no time to waste. So I think they're kind of similar like Aries in the way that they're very upfront, kind of like Leo as well. This must just be like a fire sign thing in general, but it's like when they feel the passion, it's like boom, like they're gonna let you know life's too short to be playing these games, so let's just go ahead and go there. You know, let's make it happen. And obviously, if they're even trying to spend a lot of time with you in general, you should take that as a sign. Because as we talked about, there's a stereotype that Sagittarius people can't commit to anything, and that's not true. They can commit to things when they are interested in them. They do not commit to things that they don't give a shit about. They couldn't care less about things that do not fulfill them, right? So if they're constantly inviting you to things and constantly inviting you into their life, that's them flirting with you. That means that they like you because you are of importance to them. They are feeling you. You are bringing something to the table. You're bringing something good to their life. But also, Sagittarius people are a tease. I will be real about that. So that's another sign that they're flirting with you. Like they start telling you they like you, but then like they run off. Like they want you to chase their ass. They like to be chased. You know, they're always on the move, so you gotta catch up with them, sweetheart. You have to keep it pushing. If you can't keep up, it ain't gonna work. And if you can keep up with a Sagittarius, you're gonna have them for life. But I will say good luck, because my ass could never. I'm sorry, I'm just being real. I love them. I love watching from the distance while they jog ahead. So now on to Capricorn. So a big sign that a Capricorn person is flirting with you is if they're honestly complimenting things about you that other people never notice but are very true to who you are. Capricorn people have a really good way at like seeing the inner soul of somebody. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like they kind of understand why people do the things that they do and what in their life makes them that way. Do you know what I mean? If somebody's a very outgoing, bubbly, quirky person that other people might deem as weird, they love those things about you. They love the things about you that make you unique, if that makes sense. They love the things about you that give you a story. And so if they're complimenting you about your story or the thing that makes you you, then they're flirting with you. They're interested in you and you're compelling to them, because that's the only reason they're gonna try to go after somebody, is if that person is compelling and is motivating. They will love you and they will constantly remind you that you are special and that you're great. And if they're constantly reminding you that you're special, they're flirting with you. They will not flirt with people who are not interesting. But also Capricorn people are pretty straightforward as well. Like they'll invite you to dinner, they'll invite you to a movie. If they're doing that, they're definitely into you. They're definitely flirting with you, because that's to them when you're starting to get serious, because Capricorn people are not playing games with you. Let's just put it that way. Like they're not gonna flirt with people that they don't see themselves ending up with long term. They're very intentional. Like they're not just gonna do something just to do it. So now onto Aquarius. The really interesting thing about Aquarius is, like I said in my one video, how to tell if they like you, they don't make it very easy. They can be obsessed with you and literally never text you at all. And you're just like, oh, they definitely don't have any interest in me. They're not like how these other signs are, where they're just gonna straight up tell you. They're just distant and detached in the beginning, especially. That's just how they are. I definitely think you making effort on your part will bring out more in them. But Aquarius people are kind of like Virgo in the way that like they're kind of shy about flirting, but they're also very, very witty and funny. Like that's another thing. When you get to know them more, the more that you talk to them, the more that will come out about them. If they are making a lot of efforts with you, then that really says a lot. You know, that is them trying to flirt with you. If they're constantly trying to make you laugh, if they're constantly trying to be silly around you. They honestly are some of the funniest people ever, but not everybody sees that part of them. If they are showing you more of that, if they are taking more risks, if they are embarrassing themselves, being awkward in front of you, they're flirting with you. They're trying to let you know that they're interested and that they like you. And they are really fucking trying, so please help them out. So now on to the last sign, Pisces. Pisces people are very, very charming in the way that they flirt. Similar in the way of Scorpio, that they kind of bring you in. If they're laughing a lot at the things that you're saying, that's probably a sign, even if it is not even that fucking funny at all. If they're constantly making you feel like you need to come in and swoop them up and take care of them, that's definitely a sign they like you. That's also that Pisces energy. They'll act like they don't know what they're doing, but really they do. They'll constantly smile at you. Even the manner of their voice and the way that they talk will change. They're definitely the type. Cancer does this as well, to raise their voice slightly when they're talking to you specifically, but everybody else gets a certain side, but when they're talking to you, you get the higher octave. Pay attention to that. But also Pisces people have a very wild like imagination. Like they have this idea in their mind of what they want. If they're constantly talking to you about those things, if they're talking about their dreams, their goals, where they see themselves in 10 years, you should take that as a sign, because they might be wanting to include you in that. All right, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap that like button, subscribe, and tap that bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. I upload astrology videos every single Thursday or on Friday if I flop. Also, make sure to check out the astrology playlist in the description and the end card at the end of this video to catch up on all the videos that you might have missed. My reality show, Battle of the Zodiac, will be coming soon, so definitely stay on the lookout for a trailer for it. But with all that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you super soon with a new video. Bye.